From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Monday, October 28th. Next Tuesday is finally Election Day, and Nebraskans are not only choosing their representatives, but also voting on key measures, including Initiative 436. Now, this initiative, which was certified with over 100,000 signatures, would require businesses to provide paid sick leave. Smaller businesses with 20 or fewer employees must offer 5 days, while larger ones must provide 7. Supporters say it's overdue, while opponents argue it's an unfair burden on small businesses.
Manage staff, they manage their businesses and their home lives, and dealing with government mandates is really difficult.
The common misconception is that there's already a policy in place for Nebraska workers, and that's not true. In 2020, over a third of the state's full-time employees didn't have paid sick leave access, and that was during a pandemic.
Meanwhile, a political ad related to the school choice initiative is drawing criticism from State Senator Luann Linehan, who called it disingenuous and offensive. The ad is backed by the group Support Our Schools, which is pushing a referendum to repeal a law passed earlier this year that allocates $10 million for scholarships to private and parochial schools. In the courts, a teen accused of killing 18-year-old Damian Brave at a North Lincoln house party last March is on trial this week. Kayshawn McCree, now 19, faces first-degree murder and weapons charges after fleeing to Michigan. Jury selection wrapped up today, followed by opening statements. An Omaha high school teacher, 45-year-old Rebecca Geiger, was found dead early this morning in a suspected domestic violence incident. Her husband, 44-year-old Rory Geiger, was also found dead after a shootout with deputies at their home. Officers were responding to a call from their daughter, who reported her father had shot her mother and aimed a gun at her. Now, the proposal for a massive lake between Omaha and Lincoln, aiming to rival Iowa's Lake Okoboji, is back to square one. The initial site between Ashland and Gretna must be changed due to concerns over Lincoln's water quality. According to the Nebraska Examiner, alternative sites are now being considered, as shown in this image. These include sand pits near Louisville and reservoirs near Elkhorn. Lastly, Andy Jackson is your Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week after the sophomore middle blocker tallied 11 blocks in just 2 matches. It's about time she's got some recognition, huh? Now, speaking of Husker volleyball, start times for 2 November matches have changed. The November 9th road match at Washington will now begin at 9:30 p.m., and the November 23rd home match against Wisconsin will start at 7 p.m. Both are airing on the Big Ten Network. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat. Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.